But yeah, and oh my goodness, what a day! So, well, I'm going to do sort of an unboxing. It's not really, but
Okay.
because I've already opened it. But we started. I don't know. We got hooked on this. It's called the Wardens, and it's game wardens. It started out in
Uh-huh.
Montana, and they just
Mhm.
really it. Tell you what, when you see them big bull elks out there bugling like that, you're going, oh wow. And then it's moved now. It's in Michigan. I don't know why in the hell they went to Michigan, but yeah. But one of their sponsors was it's called Outdoor Edge, and they make knives and tools and stuff for the outdoors. And Judy saw one. She says, "I want one of those." And we just started watching this last week, so I got on there and I ordered it. And uh, this is it comes packaged like this, and
Mhm.
but this is a unique knife. I got the hunting knife style because it's a straight blade. They make folding knives. They make axes, but these this particular one, I can't remember what the hell they call this now, uh, but the company is Outdoor Edge, and they're not a sponsor. I paid for this. I bought it for. But what's neat about it, of course, it's got a funky little. It's got orange, so maybe you won't get shot, even though it's got a camouflage case.
Mm.
And the knife, it locks that case, locks that blade in there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's the knife. And what's neat about it is this right here. There's a button right here.
It looks
right
like
there.
a littler knife.
Yeah, well, what it is,
Oh,
interchangeable blades.
Oh.
that is cool.
And this is the 5-inch blade. It comes with 3 5-inch blades and 3 3.5-inch blades. And you just, basically you just put it, see if I can do this without cutting my friggin' fingers off. You just put it like that and then locks it in there and it's locked.
Oh,
It's got a little thumb guard right here on the upper part. It's recommended you put your thumb there because if you wrap around and put your thumb there, you go cut, the blade will fall out. It could fall out. That's the only.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, they're about, and you can resharpen these blades. That's the thing. You can sharpen. You can buy the sharpener, which I ordered for Judy, but Judy wanted this. But this is the 5-inch boning blade, and and also it comes with on.
Mm-hmm.
This is this comes off. This is actually to hold the extra blades, but
This
No, but
one's
Did it come with the sharpening stone?
no, it didn't. I wished it did. But it came with enough blades to last you.
Oh yeah,
And-
for sure.
And you can carry this case outdoors with you and put a short blade and a long blade in this, and then drop it in that case, and you've got it. So, I think it was $50, but and the blades are. I think I bought six spare blades for
cool.
I don't know $14, and
Well, if you're interested, Lloyd, they got the sharpening stones at Harbor Freight. This was only like $10.
oh okay,
Oh, cool.
yeah. Well, I just ordered one of their 3-stage sharpeners, and it was $14.
Where, from Harbor?
And no,
Oh,
from this
there.
company here.
Okay.
This is called the Razor Max. I should have put
Razor
myself
Max.
on.
Razor Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. There. See, I should have put myself on full screen.
There
That's
you go.
Now,
it's called.
when you take the big blade out, is it just two small blades side by side, or?
No, it's just no. It's
okay.
it's got a separate short blade to put in it. No, that's just the mechanism for holding it. It's got, like I said, it's got a short blade. It's tricky to put that in. You got to make sure you don't cut your damn fingers off when you do this.
Mm.
There you
Oh.
go.
Joe.
There you go. You need
Yeah.
to have something else. Looks like blood squirt.
Yeah, but
Kind of like Julia Childs from
yeah,
Saturday Night Live.
this is what the shorter blades look like. This is a 3.5-inch blades. So,
Oh, cool.
so now I've got 6 of these. I got 9 of the short blades and 3 of the long blades. But
Ooh.
Judy wanted that, and I guess I'm lucky that I got the kind of wife that likes that kind of stuff. So she
Well,
wanted it.
that's
So what the hell? I was going to put it back in the case and I couldn't find it. I thought,
there you go. Hey, you know what the difference between Bill Clinton and Joe Biden?
no, what's the difference?
Bill Clinton got blown at the White House. Joe Biden got blow at the White House.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's crazy up there. I just, here's the thing that, and I know I don't usually talk about politics, but this to me strikes me as funny. They've got all this technology, they can tell when we're flying our friggin' drones, right, with remote ID. They can tell that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yet they got more cameras than Carter had peanuts in that place, and they can't tell whose dope that was. Really?
Mm,
But they can pinpoint where we're flying our damn drones. Like,
exactly.
okay,
Mhm. Yep.
yeah, that makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
like
but
how
that's-
they went extremely overboard when they found it too. Full
Mhm.
evacuation, 10 block radius.
Yeah.
Hazmat team.
They got the hazmat
Yeah.
team out there.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, they
Hey,
wanted
Jay
to
Bird,
make sure
welcome.
it wasn't
Lake Pilot,
anthrax.
welcome.
Hey, Joey. And we got Jack.
boning knife there, Joe. It's not a 5-inch bone. It's a
Boning knife.
5-inch boning knife. Let's make sure we get that clear.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I'm kind of slap happy. Judy, for our anniversary, one of the things she wanted was a boat. She wanted just a small
Mhm.
12-foot boat, and I bought it. I got it for her this week,
Mhm.
and I've ordered the motor. I actually bought the gas motor from Walmart. It's called a Hangkai. It's a 3.6 horsepower, 2-stroke water cooled motor. Cost me $189. So
Oh, wow.
They still make two
And-
strokes? Oh, wait, that's right. You don't live in California.
yeah, I don't live in California. Yeah, no, yeah,
Mhm.
they still make them. As far as I know, they're still oh, Barkley,
Barkley.
welcome.
Hey, Barkley. Oh, and guess what, Lloyd? They're going
What?
to outlaw gas-powered motors, lawnmowers, and edge trimmers in Denver.
Yay.
Yeah,
Yep.
don't
And it's not
surprise
just
me.
Denver, but it's the surrounding metro area.
All this metro, the
They'll
whole
be-
metro area.
Yep, it'll be Adams County, Arapahoe
You know, I don't-
County, Douglas
I-
County.
I don't have a problem with
Yep.
them with them doing that. For the environment, I can understand it. But what I want to know is, are they going to pay me to go out and buy an electric car? Are they going to pay for it?
Yeah.
Because I can't afford an electric car. Not all of us can afford a $50,000-$60,000 vehicle. And hey, that's fine. The environment. Okay. I'm not a tree hugger, and most of you guys know I'm a conservative, and I can understand taking care of the environment. There's ways to do it, but they did that in California last year. Yeah. Oh, I know. They've done it a lot. They're doing it all over the place. Okay, maybe there's some, it. But I remember. Okay, Art. I don't know when you lived in Denver, but I remembered about when I was 9 or 10 years old. So I was back, I don't know, in the early 60s, somewhere in that period. They had I remember when smog came about. It's the first time we'd ever heard of it. And it's like, when it settled in, and I lived over there on 76 and, in 76 in Zunai, in that area in Westminster, and you could look downtown and see the Golden
Yep.
Dome,
Yep.
But after that, about 2 years, when they said this smog stuff started appearing, you couldn't see it from Westminster.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
but then they started doing all this, hoopla about environmentally better cars. And last time I was in Colorado, which is 1990 something, they, let's see, I was there in 85 and I think I was there in 90. You could see from North Denver, which is where my brother lived, you could see the dome then because the
Yep.
smog had cleared out. So
Now
they were
you
doing
can see
something.
Pikes Peak from Denver.
Can you
But
really?
before you couldn't see that.
I was thinking you could see it when I was a kid, when I was little,
Yeah.
but you know, it's God, I've slept since then several times.
Yep.
You know, I barely remember some of that, but 'cause I remember the big flood in Denver in '65. Now that was, talk about a flood. That was a hell of a flood.
Yep.
And my grandfather lived on one side of Denver, and we lived on the other, and we couldn't even go see him because most of those bridges is washed out.
Yeah.
And it was a couple of months before they got to where we could go back and
Mhm.
forth across that side of Denver. Because we lived over in Westminster, and he lived almost,
way
I
down
don't know,
south. Down
Way
there
down
by
south, yeah.
Inglewood.
yeah, over in Inglewood, that area. Yeah.
Mhm.
And Cherry Creek Dam had overflowed, and it flooded. The Platte River had flooded, and
Yep.
it was
That was before they built Chatfield Reservoir. So
Yeah,
after that
yeah.
flood, that
Yep,
yep.
that's correct
Yeah.
statement. Yeah,
hmm
yeah,
you need
and that's
to see how to flourish.
and that's what people don't understand. The CO2 is what the plants use. That's their oxygen, and then they create oxygen. They're natural filters.
Yep.
What
Mhm.
hurts us is the clear cutting of trees and all that kind of stuff, and it's not the CO2 as much as it is. And here's a question: they made us quit. I don't usually get on these rants, but they made us years ago quit using fluorocarbons or whatever was in spray
Yeah.
cans.
Yeah,
hmm
fluorocarbon.
Because
Yeah.
and there was
CFCs.
one thing. Yeah, one thing was eating a hole through the ozone, and another. Now they're saying this new stuff is creating too much ozone layer. Well, shouldn't that have taken
not
care of it?
been.
You would have thought. It's like, wait a
No.
minute, we got rid of CFC so that we didn't tear up the ozone. So I think in order to counteract this extra ozone that keeps showing up because of all this pollution, let's just go back to using CFCs. I think that would,
Yep. Oh,
'Cause they were-
you know
they
what they
s-
want to do now? They want to dim the sun. Yeah, so we could cool us
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
There's a movie called Geostorm. They need to watch that first.
Mhm.
It's with who the hell is that?
Oh. All we need now is a few volcanoes that go off all at once and spew enough ash
Yeah.
in the atmosphere and that's what gave
Hey,
us
Paul.
the mini ice age back in the early 1800s.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a movie called Geostorm. It has he's a Scottish actor.
I've seen it. It's a pretty good movie.
It is a pretty good movie, and they've got this satellite system that protects the Earth because whatever happened, it started, and basically everybody's got the same weather until one of them satellites went rogue, and suddenly they've got the ice age in the middle of the Sahara Desert. It's I mean, we're talking temps that dropped down to negative 25 in 3.5 seconds. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
frozen.
Well,
Okay.
it's like I said when you guys were doing your other show too, in the chat and Dewey made a point there. China and India, they're the two biggest polluters of anybody.
Oh yeah.
By far.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at what India's done to all their rivers. They've completely trashed them, even though they consider them sacred rivers. They have
Well,
completely trashed them.
And here's something that I have bitched about for probably 20 years. Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk, can tell you that because he's known me over 20 years. I was bitching that they were talking about all this pollution and stuff, and I said, methane is bad. And India is probably more responsible for methane production than anybody because all of those damn sacred cows over there walk around the streets farting. And of course, I said, eventually our government is going to do a study on cow farts, and I'll be damned if they didn't do it. And now they're wanting to get rid of cows because, well, India's not getting rid of their cows because that might have been somebody's relative.
No, but Ireland is.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like,
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So
But
hey,
anyways,
let's drive the price of beef up. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
Well,
kill
it's like
all our.
in Australia, you guys can't hardly get any beef, or what beef you do get is outrageous because you guys ship all your beef out of the country.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, could you please send some to the Philippines? Because you can't get a steak worth a darn unless you go to a specialty restaurant.
that's good right there.
It's called
Creating the
Guinness.
world's biggest pollutant. It's called Guinness. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but hello,
got
Jim
Jim
and Jim's
Stroni.
Joni.
Hi, Jim.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Jim. That would be
Yeah. So
Jim.
I hadn't planned on going on around. Oh, I got to stop.
What's up,
While I'm
Jim?
doing it, I need to check something, make sure I haven't gotten any notifications. So,
I mean, you want to talk about bad air
oh,
quality? Look
sweet.
at some Chinese cities. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you just look at India. I mean, they got them little 3-wheel taxi carts, you know. You can buy them here in the States, but you can't drive them here because they're such, they're such polluters and stuff that most
Mhm.
places won't let
How
you
do you
drive
Well,
them
drive
on
they
the
have
streets.
them in the Philippines. They're called tuk-tuks.
Yeah,
Tuk-tuks,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I
and
rode in one.
I would
Don't they
love to
call
have
'em-
one.
Don't they call them rickshaws in some places too?
Oh, that's
Rickshaws
human
are
powered.
that's human powered.
Oh, the ones you run with.
Yeah, they're the
Okay.
human
Yeah, the
powered
runs.
ones.
Yeah, yeah. What cracks me up is in some of them rickshaws I've seen them where they get to running and the passenger might be a little heavier than the puller, and he's running and all of a sudden he's just kind of up in the air and just bouncing.
Yeah.
And I've said that's hey, they got to make a living. At least they're
Yeah.
most of the kids nowadays they don't even want to go into McDonald's where it's air conditioned and flip and microwave the hamburgers. Not like they don't flip burgers anymore. They just stick it in the microwave and they bring it to your window. And of course, they give you somebody else's damn hamburger because we know that they don't know how to figure out. They got too many checkout lines. Now they're talking about even replacing the hamburger flippers with AI robots.
Like pilot. He said, "How are the gas emissions on a rickshaw?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Good point.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's a good point.
Damn it!
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for some reason, all mine aren't working right now, so I don't know why.
Well, mine are.
You scare
That one's
peanut.
working.
Big man like you scare peanut. Hiya.
Well, hello, Maddie. I see you're in the chat too.
Hey, Matt.
But yeah, we could bitch all night about that stuff because it is what it is. I'm just glad that I'm glad I won't be around when Justin becomes my age, because when you become my age, Justin, your world is going to suck so bad.
We'll have to see how it goes, right?
Yeah, because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, at least it ain't my worry
Yeah.
now, because by the time they get around to doing all this crap, I'll probably be dead. So
Lloyd, Joe Biden will still be alive by then. They'll have him,
they'll
hooked
have
up
him
and
plugged in, hooked up to the machine.
And he'll be like, God damn that old fucking fool.
Yeah. Here's a question. Here's something I think is viable. It's a because they're talking about how AI is replacing everything. Why don't they do a mind transfer and put an AI brain into Joe Biden? I mean, there's plenty of space there because obviously he doesn't have one, so there's got to be plenty of room to put another AI brain.
Problem is,
Jimmy
Lloyd,
Carter will be also. G-Bird.
you'll get this message saying disk full.
Well, did you see the video I played on Saturday night of the robots at the UN Security Council?
No, I didn't see it, but I saw.
There was some AI robots, but to be fair, we don't know if these robots, from a consumer standpoint of watching this, we don't know if those things are self-aware, if there's a guy in the back typing what the robots are saying. So I don't know how advanced they are as far as that goes. Now the movements of them are very advanced.
Well, and I've been bitching about AI here for a while because I said it's going to start destroying our artistic abilities because we're going to get lazy,
Mm.
and I saw the other day that because the way these AIs are work is they're having them scour the internet. They're having people that are putting input stuff, and there's been 2 writers that have sued the company that's building. They've sued ChatGPT because
Wow.
they are using their songs that are copyrighted or their works of art, their books or whatever, and they're using that and then feeding it back through. Somebody says, I want a story about, and some of the, I don't know, a purple tree, and so Chat GPT starts this long story about, well, the guy who wrote the story about the purple tree, his stuff is being fed through this and put out, and so there's 2 authors that have sued Chat GPT
Wow.
because they're using their information without, in
Mhm.
violation of copyright.
Yeah.
And, that
Oh,
is going
now
to happen.
they've got it to where they have other singers singing other artists' songs.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like really weird. You
I saw
hear,
one.
Elvis singing.
Elvis, yeah.
somebody-
Yeah, I saw the
Oh,
Elvis
man.
one, and there's a bunch of them that Elvis is doing.
hmm
But it's like, in one of those videos, they were talking about Elvis, and the thing was, I forgot where I was, and I wrote, there is, and I don't know if I sent you the link or not, Art, but at the end of Star Trek Generations, the movie where Captain Kirk dies,
Yeah.
on that
Mm.
planet.
Oh,
because of
yes, I
the-
did see that with the Spock.
with
Yeah.
Spock. Yeah, Leonard Nimoy shows up to his
Yeah.
grave because in the end of Picard, where they're at the museum there on the
Mhm.
last 2 or 3 episodes, they get to, and Captain Kirk's body is there. Now, how the hell did it get off that planet? Because last we saw it in the movies, it was back on that planet. So this company, did an AI thing with Leonard Nimoy and he never filmed in that, and he's dead. So they
Mhm.
completely redid that and put him in the end of that. And that's just showing you they don't need actors, which
Yep.
considering the
Mhm.
actors are considering going on strike with the
Mhm.
writers, they need to consider that, hey, you can be replaced, sucker.
Mhm.
Well, AI I think is going to do really good for certain things, but there needs to be some regulations on it.
Mhm.
As far as
Yeah.
like I said, like mathematics, stuff
Mhm.
like
Right.
that, it's going to go to a whole different level. Like these math problems that these mathematicians have been working on for years, these things are going to figure it out in a matter of minutes
Mhm.
and give you the
Oh, and
correct
there
answer.
have been some
Yeah.
lawyers that have been using AI to write up their briefs, and they're getting caught by the judges because they're finding out that some of those sites that they've been quoting,
Right.
they're not there. They're not real.
I did just for the fun of it, I went into Chat GPT and I said, write a short skit for a grumpy ventriloquist. And I had it do it 3 different times, and it gave me 3 really good,
Yeah.
uh, 3-minute segments that I could do. I mean, it
Yeah,
rewrote it,
all
and
the descriptions that I have on my YouTube are generated from ChatGPT. So
yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's got some good things. It's fun right now, but when they turn into something like those robots on RoboCop, that
Yeah.
those,
Mhm.
and they start becoming our law enforcement. Hello, Rodney
Rodney
Bell.
Bell.
Welcome.
Rodney
And
Bell.
And Don
and
from
that's
Mudball
all
Creative.
creative on.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Don. Hey.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's what I do, Dewey.
Well, me and Matt actually, Matt from Northeast Drone Productions,
right.
we went back and forth in his chat on one of his videos one day, joking around, and I did a whole AI chat saying how he needs to do better as a creator, and then so he comes
Yeah.
back as how I can do better as a viewer. And then we were just like kept going back and forth. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
We got
Don.
TJ.
Oh, TJ, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's is he on mine or on yours? Oh, he's on mine. Okay. Yeah. Dawn is counting down. You gotta hit the like button or
It's
I don't know
expired.
what'll happen. You had 10 seconds. I think it's up now, so
Paul Murray,
Good.
Sean, how's it going?
who else we got here? Let's see. Have I missed anybody? If I did, I apologize, but yeah, I mean it's all like I said, it's all fun and games until they take over the world, and then we'll be
Yeah. Mhm.
you know. Although, that thought of having the AIs for running the UN, considering what we've got now, hell, it might be an improvement.
I
mean, it
said
will.
the same
Yeah,
thing on
exactly.
Saturday. I said the same exact thing on Saturday.
Yeah, a RoboCop reference. Yeah. I can't remember the
Waypoint New England.
Waypoint New England. Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm at that age I get to bitch about stuff. Oh my God. Speaking of at that age, I went, Saturday, we went down to, little, I told you this story, Art, but I got to tell this story on myself. We went down to a family reunion. It was my cousin's birthday was on July 4th, and he had a big cookout and invited all the cousins and stuff. And I went down there. My brother was there, and some of the next generation. Hell, there was 4 or 5 generations of cousins, a bunch of little kids. I didn't know who the hell they belonged to, but anyways, so one of the cousins, or our cousin's daughters, she was like a second cousin. She was helping Judy get into the van when we were getting ready to leave, and Judy was having some breathing problems, so she's a nurse. She was going to go get her med kit. Judy found her albuterol and took it. So, anyways, so she was helping Judy get in the van because I couldn't get her. She couldn't get her wheelchair right up to the door because of the way it was parked out there. And anyways, so we're on the way home, and it's about 35 minutes from here, and we were about 15, 20 miles away by then. And when we took off, as we were going out through because he lives out in the country, he's got like, 40, 50 acres of hunting ground out there. And so we got up on the main highways going down, and we're traveling, and I hear this. I thought, I look around, I looked at my phone, and my phone doesn't do that, but I was, like, what the hell was that? Just a few seconds later, I thought, what the hell is that? I said, Judy, can you hear that? Of course, I had the radio on. She said, no, I can't hear it. And I also had lost the hearing in my right ear for some reason that day. It just went dead. So I'm getting this, sound like I was in a coffee can, And so anyways, I kept hearing it. And finally, I turned the radio off, and she heard it. And it was just, and it's going off like every 5 or 10 seconds. Like, what the hell is it? Then I got to think them damn little kids had been out there playing around my van. I thought, them little shits stuck a frog in my damn van, and I'm driving down the highway with I'm thinking, now I've got to get in the back of the van, find this damn frog that they put in there because I don't want to shut, it was 90 some odd degrees. I didn't want to have a frog dying in my van. That would have been rank. So I'm sitting there grumbling and griping, and Judy kept,
You don't
she said,
want
finally,
them
she
to
says,
croak.
yeah, I didn't want him to croak in my van, and but anyway, so finally I kept hearing this noise, and Judy started hearing it better. She says, it sounds like it's around here somewhere. So as we got to we got to one of the main highways, the interstates, and I pulled off there, and hang on, I may have to run for a minute here, but anyways, something struck me. I thought that noise doesn't sound quite like a frog, and I pulled off into the McDonald's parking lot, and I got out. And I said, Judy, I'm going to come around and check on your side. So I got out. Just as I was getting ready just as I opened her door, my phone rang, and I picked it up. I said, hello. And I said, oh, I know why you're calling. You left your damn phone in my car. So when I took it back to them, they were all laughing at me. And I said, I thought one of these damn little snot-nosed kids running around here, one of these grandkids that belong to y'all, had stuck a frog up, because that's what it sounded like, a friggin' frog. And I was like, what the hell? But it turned out she dropped her phone when she was helping Judy and dropped it inside the car, but I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. Yeah, sounded like a little tree frog or something. I thought, them little shits put a frog in there, but it wasn't. It was her phone, so I had to turn around and go back and take it back to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was still fun, but good God, all them cousins down there, hell, they got old. I mean, they just old. They're old and wrinkled, and oh my God, it's just, yeah. Even the ones younger than me looked old. They looked older than me. And yeah, but yeah, I thought, okay, you know, but that was my excitement for the weekend, having to drive back down there. That and the fact it was just hotter than hell. Oh my God, we had 70% humidity and it was like 96. Man, it was bad. But I had good food though. I got to give him credit. He had good food. But and don't forget, guys, at the top of the hour, the Drone Nation will have a real older and wider was true. Yes. The Drone Nation has their show at 8:00. So if you want to hear something about some real news about drones, they're probably going to talk about that damned Air 3 that's supposed to be coming out. So
Oh, definitely.
yeah. So yeah, you know, I can't tell. I may have to go in there and check on Judy, so I may have to step out of the show for a minute because she's awake.
Right, hold the fort.
So yeah, let me go check on her, guys. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
But not everybody deserve happiness.
Yeah. Well, Dominic, I'm a couple episodes past that one you just saw.
Yeah,
that one was a funny one. Boy, she was annoying. You know,
Oh, definitely.
when they were at the restaurant and she finally just had a meltdown there and she just started crying like a little kid. But the one after that, you'll like that.
Okay.
It's,
That's good.
let's see. Did you see the one with the photography one?
Yeah.
You did see that one where you wanted what's his name to, surprise him and take a photo of him, and it was his daughter that took that really good photo of him. Yep. And they replaced the photos she took with the ones their friends took.
It's funny that Kim was actually selling the photos rather than ones he took.
Yeah, and she needed those for her class. Yep. And was that the one where her teacher's little kid came into the store and was being really obnoxious, and he flicked him in the head? Oh God! Oh man! We don't use the N word. No. That was funny when she said that. And Ken is really in the chat.
Yep, but
Hey, Ken.
Yep, I can see it. I can verify that Ken is really in the chat now.
I think he's over on my channel.
Yes,
Cool.
he's over on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
So he can give you a super chat.
Nobody in my chat is popping in there.
Yeah, no one.
No, I got
I think I had Wedge and Big. Let me have a look at my chat. I had Wedge and Big, East Coast Thrills, and Tony Faz.
I had two or three people in my chat, and they're not showing up on the StreamYard chat. Although I've been screwing with the elements and the chats, so that might be one reason why. I've been messing around with those, testing them. I'm able to get rid of that stupid heart now.
Yay! Finally.
So, Ken, Steve, you can leave a super chat over at my
Yeah.
That was something that Bill was getting super chats on my channel. Yeah, congratulations to him. That's
Mm.
great. Hmm.
Good to
What's up,
see.
Tim?
Yes. Mm.
So yeah, so I'm waiting for one of those, Ken. You know,
Yep.
so I could do a little bit of.
Andrew.
Uh,
Wrong.
and Ken gave
There.
me
You got
one.
one.
Awesome.
You shamed him into giving you
Thank
one.
you. Thank you, Ken.
Well
Well,
done, Ken. Well done.
yeah. Well,
What's up, David?
I'll leave that up until Lloyd comes back.
Yeah. Profiting off
Awesome.
his. Yep.
So I got this from my my lap steel guitar. I got a replacement pickup. Seymour Duncan hot rail. Because I bought one of those cheapy $100 lap steels, and the pickup that it comes with is just a regular single coil pickup, and it's kind of thin and not very loud, and can pick up a bunch of other stuff. It can act like an antenna, and all of a sudden you're playing along, and all of a sudden it starts picking up radio.
Mm.
So, yes, Andrew, I heard about it. Yep.
Later, Tim. What's up, Andrew?
So, one of these days I'm going to put this in, but this is a humbucking pickup that's the size of a single coil. And so it's got 4 leads on it, and I got to figure out how to wire it up to put it on this thing. Hey, we got For Him
Yeah,
FPV.
Rodney. Rodney Bell.
Oh, that's
He's,
Rodney's other channel?
Yeah, alternate channel.
Oh. Speaking of drones, I tried out the Motion Controller 2 yesterday, and
Okay.
I don't like it because
Well,
my hands are too small for my thumb to reach up there and get that joystick up there. So I have to fly it with 2 hands, and it's like, and then I crashed it twice.
no.
Yeah, because out back there's a playground there, so I
saw that.
thought, yeah, I'll get bold and fly around, fly through some of the stuff, and I decided, you know what, they've got this corkscrew slide, and I was going to go down and kind of go woo. Well, I hit one of the bars, and it crashed and landed upside down. So
Yeah.
I went over, got the drone, came back, got it flying again. Then the motion controller, I'm not getting very good control from it because it kept wanting to go into a left-hand turn, and it was starting to go up and down by itself, and so
Yeah.
I decided I was going to do that same slide again. It hit it, did the same thing, landed upside down. So I got the goggles off and went over there. Where's the flipping drone? Evidently, it righted itself while I was getting the goggles off, started flying by itself, because I found it right next to the corner of my apartment building. Because I'm out there at the little playground looking around. Where the F is that thing? And I'm walking around and go, oh, found a hammer. That's cool. And I looked around because I got the orange rib riders on it, and
Right.
I got the orange master air screw prop on it. So, it'll make it easy to find. And I looked over there on the corner of my apartment, which would be to my left where I was sitting out on the porch there.
Mm.
It was right there. So evidently, when I crashed the first time, it dislodged part of the rib rider, and I think it was rubbing on one of the props, and that's why it was flying that way.
And like Andrew says, you could have accidentally throttled one of the props or throttled the thing after it flipped over. Did you have turtle mode set up on it?
No, I didn't have it set up. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I remember just before I took the goggles off, it said something about drone in flight mode. I'm like, what? And I thought it was like right back where evidently it must have flipped over and and then it took off again. So Lloyd.
Well, thanks, Steve. I see that Ken Heron put a $10 super chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
See if my that worked. I don't know if it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can hear it, but it works. So yeah. So Waypoint Union says, and it said to keep the goggles on. Did it tell you?
No.
Oh,
because
Justin said, get him a pallet of hot dogs. Yeah. We don't have a Costco here in Muskogee, so I've never been to a Costco.
You have a Sam's Club?
Not in town. No, I have to go to Tulsa for anything like that.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
I haven't been to a Okay, I haven't been to a Sam's Club in probably 25 years.
You know what's really funny about Costco though? So Costco.
No, what's funny?
They sell these $5 rotisserie chickens, right? And they actually lose millions of dollars a year just to keep them at that price for customers as a convenience to customers. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because they're probably trying to beat.
Going there for a chicken, I would say you're probably not going to just buy a chicken. So you're going to buy something else on top of that.
Yeah.
An added value.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're making their money. It's a good advertising.
It's called a loss leader.
Yeah. What is it? The sausages and stuff. One of the Sanger. It's in Australia. It's sausage and something that in one of the stores. I know that I think it was
Bunnings.
Greg told me. Huh?
Bunnings.
What's
this?
this?
Hardware
Yeah.
store. And
Yeah.
they do, sausage and bread outside.
Sausage and bread outside. Yeah.
They're pretty famous over here.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew they were, and that's probably the same thing as the Costco chicken.
Right.
But
It drags people in.
yeah, it's a good advertisement ploy. And
see with Costco and Sam's Club though, you actually have to have a membership to even get in the damn building, or you have to be going to buy one. You have to be able to go in there and buy one.
Buy one. Yeah. Yeah, I went to Sam's one time and they wanted, I forgot how much it was back. And we went through and we I can't remember because it was like some long convoluted process. You had to go, at the time they had a conveyor system and you had to go pick it up there. And it's like, what the hell? I just wanted to buy a couple of damn things and then you want me to pay $25 a year to join you? And I have to drive an hour to get up here? Hell, it wasn't worth it. So,
well, it's good though. I mean, you can buy a pallet of bread, a go-kart, and a casket all in the same building.
There
you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not too sure
But
I'd
not
want to buy my
everybody deserve
casket there.
happiness.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Exactly.
I would want to buy my casket at Costco, or
Yeah.
Sam's Club either.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a buy
Yeah,
one
but
get one thing,
you'd
right?
have to buy 5 at a time.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, my brother, who's going to be 77 in October, and we were
Mhm.
talking, and he was talking to me and Judy. He says, "You know what we need to do?" He says, we need to all pool our money together and buy a nursing home." He says, because there's enough of us here, we could all live there, and
Oh,
they would be taking
that's
care
right.
of us, and then we could have other people come in at $6,000 a month. We're going to make some really good money. He says, so we're going to get paid and taken care of at the
Mhm.
same time. He says, we just need to get
Mm.
together and buy a nursing home. I thought, okay.
Well, will
I
that
love my,
work like the whorehouse idea that you had, where but you had to run it by hand?
yeah.
Look at Lloyd's face. It was like, no, wait.
It's like, oh my God, yeah.
Took a minute for him to catch
No,
up.
Art, shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's ridiculous the price of a nursing home,
Mhm.
and
Instead of
you know,
Jensen wheelchairs, you got the cheap Benson wheelchairs.
yeah, yeah.
They were the old-fashioned kind that were made out of wood that
would.
FDR used to tool around at the White House.
I sold one of those when I back, I don't know, 30 years ago. Judy and I we ran a secondhand store, and then I got out of that and went into running I had an auction house, an auction barn, and so I used to go out and you'd get these storage units and sell them out. And so I had one. That was the strangest auction sale I ever had. I had one of those old. It was the big wheels up front, and the little rear
Yep.
wheels in the back, all made out of wood. I
Yep.
sold one of those.
I
I
I
sold
got
a
to
Mich-
ride in one of those at Shriners Hospital
Yeah.
in Salt Lake City back in the day.
Andrew says he's related to FDR and Teddy. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Well, I'm related to Richard Nixon, but I don't say it too loudly too often. But anyways, and
Yes.
on that same sale, we sold that. There was a box there, and I opened it up and knew what it was, and because of what I'd done in one of the jobs I had in high school. But anyways, I opened it up and looked at it, and I sold it as a mystery box. And I mean, these guys started bidding, and what it was a
Wooden bedpan.
no, it was an embalming pump.
Oh. Well, ooh. I bet
Then
they weren't using it as embalming pump.
I don't know what they were using,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you, even stranger than that
it's
is
from Swedish.
I sold a wooden leg.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
an antique. It was an antique prosthetic leg. It was made out of wood, and that thing sold for. I think that one leg sold for about an old embalming pump. Yeah, and but I sold that thing for about $200, and I mean it was for above the above the knees. It had the artificial knee in it, and those guys went
Oh.
crazy for that. And I'm going, you.
Mm.
And I don't know I don't know what all this old hospital and embalming stuff and funeral home stuff was doing in this place, but yeah, it's like, okay, here it is. And it was one of the most miserable, terrible days. It was actually snowing, and one of the guys pulled up. Where'd Dominic go? Oh well,
His internet must have gave out, or his phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or his phone needs to be charged. He needs to put it back on the charger. But
Yeah,
that
it was
was
snowing.
that was one of the crazy. Yeah, it was snowing, and one guy brought his there we go.
You know what?
One guy
Man,
brought his camper there, and so we ran the office out of the camper, and then we had a little heater back, and we put a table up front, and those people stood out there in that nasty weather because we were going to cancel it, and people started showing up. Okay, we'll do it, but God, it was
Mhm.
miserable, and
Uh-oh.
And he
That's Warren
froze.
Yeah.
Come
I had
on,
my
come
Yeah,
on.
that's what happened to the wooden leg. Yeah,
He was about to tell something secretive
yeah.
that he sold out.
It was probably made of knotty pine.
I only ever bought one storage unit, and it was like $220. It was a closet-size storage unit, and there was actually a 1 ounce, $50 1 ounce Troy or 1 troy ounce gold coin in there. It was a $50 gold piece, U.S. gold piece, and it was worth I think 1,100 at the time. And this guy offered me, I want to say 14 or 1,500 because he wanted it for his coin collection.
Right.
So I ended up getting 300 or 400 over value. And I only paid 200 and something for the storage unit. So, and everything else in there was junk. It was just a dresser and some boxes and clothes, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't very big storage unit. It was really small. Yeah, but the problem with Storage Wars, Andrew, is it really drove up the prices of units.
Yeah.
Because my cousin and my uncle were doing that before those shows came out. The minute those shows came out, it started becoming almost unprofitable.
Yeah, everybody got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And people were just coming in that had money, and they were like $1,000 for something that most people were only going to pay $200-300 for, before.
Yep.
You just had people
and
with
I
money.
heard that some of those shows they salted some of the storage units.
I was actually
goodies.
on 2 episodes of that.
Oh,
Storage Wars, because my cousin actually knew Barry, the old guy.
Oh,
Always
yeah.
had the crazy cars and shit.
Yep.
My cousin knew him before the show. And so my cousin asked me if I wanted to go to a couple of the different filming locations that they were doing that day. Because they actually used to post the schedule online, and you could go to wherever they were at.
Right.
And yeah, they were letting them look through the units. Yeah, it was super staged when we actually went there and watched it. Super staged.
So is Dave a dick?
They're all assholes, except Barry's cool. Now, Barry's cool in real life because he actually, after the one episode we were on, me and my cousin actually helped him load his trailer after they were done filming and everything. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's really just hyper and all over the place. But yeah, he kind of is like Mikey on his show, how hyper he is. Yeah, he's a little bit like that. But yeah,
Who's
the
the
dude,
one that's young? Yeah.
that was Dave, I think, wasn't it?
Okay. I think it was. And
but there was a lot of people that just did it just because they were more interested on digging through old people's junk. They didn't really care about making money off of it.
Right. Mm-hmm. And wasn't there one of the guys went to jail?
Oh yeah, it was the young dude with the tattoos, and his wife was. I think it was him and his wife, and they had the
Brandy.
They had the
Brandy and yeah.
Yeah, he went to
They
jail.
had the secondhand store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about that guy with he had the foreign accent, and he was only in it for a while.
An accent, I'm trying to remember. Can't remember what.
Jared.
Jared.
Jared and Brandy.
Jared. Oh. I'll have to cast of Storage War.
Yeah, it was like I said, and then me and my friend were standing there, and we could hear the producers talking. We were literally around the corner on this building, and they were around the corner talking, and we could hear them telling them how much they were going to budget for each person for the show that day. They weren't even spending their own damn money.
Right.
It was all staged. Now
Dave Hester.
Dave Hester, yeah.
Yeah. And then there was let's see, Barry Weiss, yep.
Yeah.
And Brandon, yeah. And Daryl. Oh, Brandon and Daryl Sheets, yeah. Yep.
That was the son and dad.
Yep.
Oh, Andrew, you have no idea that the cars that dude drives are just insanely out there.
Mm-hmm.
He has the weirdest car collection. I mean, he's a nice dude or whatever, but he's just kind of out there. But like I said, he kind of just did it for the fun. He didn't do it to really make money. Before the
Right.
show, he used to buy it just because he liked digging through old people's shit and seeing what they had. Because it is
All
kind of
right.
fun digging through an old storage unit, not knowing what's in it.
Yeah.
Lloyd
Would be
said,
very
send him the link. Lloyd,
Like Pilot said, you're ruining my memories of Storage Wars. It's as real as pro wrestling.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's just like Pawn Stars.
yeah.
Go in there, it's nothing but a tourist trap now. All they sell is memorabilia. It's not actually a pawn shop anymore. It's turned into more of a tourist trap now.
Yep.
Yep.
Dave Hester. Okay. Ooh, he's been in and out of courtroom. Wow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all those shows are staged to a certain extent.
Oh, Brandy and Jarrett. Yeah. Oh, they split up. Oh, wow.
Because to be honest, no matter how much money or how poor you are, if you're following somebody around all day with cameras and they're not doing anything interesting, it's boring. So these producers have to make shit up. Oh, you're going to go get in a fight with your neighbor. You're going to go do this.
Yep.
Yep. Because in general, 99% of people would be super boring just following around all day.
Now, did Brandy get a boob job? I think she got a boob job because when I first started watching her, and it's like all of a sudden, a couple years later, it's like, whoa, what the heck?
Yes, David. Dave was a fat dude with glasses. He was always yelling, "Yep."
There was Ivy. I don't remember him or Mary. Oh, somebody's back. Yeah, he's on his phone. What the heck?
And again.
There we go again.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Emotional.
Our electric went out. I know. I'm waiting for my damn computer to come back on, but for some reason it's not wanting to come back on. So
Yeah. You gotta feed the squirrels to
anyway,
keep that wheel running to
get
your electricity.
Later, Rodney.
Yeah.
Take care, Rodney.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You're out there buying boats and knives while you're not paying your electric bill.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Here we go. Finally. What the hell? I'm trying to log into my computer and it won't. Yeah. BIOS default has been loaded. Keyboard failure. Oh, great. Now my keyboard don't work.
Unplug it and plug it back in. Not reset your computer again.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Plug it.
Plug it back you remember in. Mo?
Oh.
He was the guy that kind of looked like Mario.
Oh, Mo.
Oh,
not offhand.
Mo Prigoff. He died in 21.
Okay. Is this working now or not?
We can't hear you.
What? You muted me, asshole. Anyways.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to shut my. I'm trying to get back in on my computer, but it ain't gonna happen. So, anyways, I don't know if I can actually shut down the show or not from here.
Okay.
So
Well, it's not really like Zoom, so if we all leave, it should shut itself down, right?
You'd think so.
maybe not.
Because I know Zoom will just default somebody else to host, and it'll keep going. StreamYard, though, I
yeah.
think you have 2 minutes as the owner of the account. I think it only gives you 2 minutes to get back into the stream. Otherwise, it automatically shuts down.
Yeah.
With co-host, I don't know, because Art's your co-host, so I
Yeah.
don't know if that changes it or not.
Well, and Dominic, I am a host, so I could do stuff that Dominic can't, and you can't do.
Mm.
You're right.
Because I get kind of like I get move people around. And stuff
Does
like
it give
that.
you an option to end the stream or no?
Yeah.
I don't.
Blake Powell
Nope.
says,
I don't.
Let it keep running. Think of the watch hours I'd get. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's frustrating as hell, and still trying to get my PC to start back up. But for some reason my keyboard is not coming back on, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
Lloyd,
you need to upgrade to a Pentium instead of a 486.
Exactly.
I've got a Ryzen 7 in this thing, by the way.
Yeah, you got an Alienware laptop, don't you?
Not a laptop. I've got an Alienware monitor.
Oh.
But I got a Dell gaming PC with the Ryzen. It's got the Ryzen 7 and
cool.
I can't remember what all it has right off the top of my head. I used to be able to remember that, but I have an idea. I don't. Yeah, only about half my stuff was working. So, but my PC is not. Let me unplug my mouse. Let me try plugging my mouse into a different spot. See if I can do that. You know. Well, the damn mouse pad lit up. The mouse lit up too. There we go. Oh. Testing memory. Oh, great. So, well, I got my mouse working, and let's see if that's going to come back. Be my luck, it killed my monitor. Oh, there we go. All right. We'll
right, Jim. That's what I've got.
So, anyways, let's see. It's testing memory progress. Well, my monitor's coming back on, but it still hasn't kicked on my keyboard yet. So, I don't know what the hell it's doing. But yeah, the electric. I was right in the middle of talking, and just boom! It flickered once, and it flickered twice, and then it went dark. Fortunately, I had my phone with me, so I could use my flashlight on my phone to see.
Right.
Tires out.
I'll tell you what, this is getting old. I'm getting tired of doing this every week and have this happen, you know? But
no, you had to go buy a boat, not a computer.
Yeah. No, I'm not buying
it. Hey, let's buy some knives.
You know what you should do, Lloyd, is get a backup power for your internet. That way, if your power goes out, when your power kicks back on, everything's still on.
Yeah.
That's
what I need to do.
You could actually put your computer on one of those, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got one for my CPAP machine.
Because it could save you for a good 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
power goes
how long
out.
This damn test is running. It says press escape. Well,
Andrew, it's not the internet provider. It's just power. Yeah.
His power kicked off. Last week, it was his
internet.
Last week
it was internet.
Last week it was my internet.
Next week it will be the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Charles Skolusky yesterday because he had a flood in his basement.
Yeah, he had a flood yesterday. Yeah.
Seems
Mhm.
like every week Lloyd has a new utility that's screwing with him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they just don't like the way I'm. And what's bothering me is my monitor for some reason. I may have to go. I got my keyboard working.
I do have a Westinghouse that you can have, but it doesn't have HDMI on it though.
Does it have VGA or DVI?
Yeah, it's just VGA. It's 27-inch, just like the one I've got. Now I went and I had some money and I thought, oh yeah, let's go get a new monitor. I'm thinking about getting a 32-inch.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
fill up this whole area.
I'm fixing to. Let's see. I got that. So I
See
got.
what you could do, Art, is get you a 32-inch. You put that program on it, it'll put a virtual bezel down the center, and then you got two separate monitors.
Yep.
That's what I want. I want to get either a 32 or a 42-inch curve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a 32-inch curve and then using this 25-inch Alienware as my second monitor, and that would give me a hell of a wide space here.
Ooh, Prime Day is tomorrow, Lloyd.
I know.
You might want to go shopping.
Yeah, that's right.
Backup power.
What's today here?
Backup power
Mhm.
supplies.
There you go.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. All right, let's see what I can get done here, and let's see if this.
Well, what's great about that too is it won't screw your computer up from all of a sudden getting booted real quick.
Yeah,
The
that
computer won't miss a beat. It'll just stay on when the
stay
power
on.
gets
Yeah,
back on.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna log off this one.
What?
When I came back from
There he is.
What?
the microphone, I think the dogs
What microphone?
or like to turn up and down button.
We can't hear you, Lloyd. And that's
No microphone.
real.
Shit, I forgot to turn it on. I got all this. I got all this working now, and what I'm going to have to do is, my monitor just wasn't this. Believe it or not, I have this 19-inch TV that I use as a second monitor, but it always fires up first and becomes my primary monitor. So I got to go and set it up so that my Alienware is my primary monitor. But just like, anyways, it's just that was wow. I just realized
A cluster.
yeah, it was. And when I was trying to, because this has USB ports underneath the monitor, and that's what my keyboards were hooked to. But I just realized when I was getting to them, I raised it up and I brought my monitor up, and damn, I like the way it sits right here in front of me. It's
Yeah, it looks good.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
it doesn't interfere with my camera, and I got it.
Yeah.
And I got
Mhm.
a lot of room underneath my underneath my monitor now. So anyway, it's all working, so we're back at it for a little while.
Okay.
And
Cool. Cool.
so let me do one more thing here. I need to bring up the monitor so I can watch Judy, make sure she's okay.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what a cluster! I told you I can't do two things at once, Art.
Mm.
I can't for some reason anymore. I can't talk and do stuff on the computer. So I'm just not able to multitask. And hell, I can't. Yeah, like I said, I can't even talk. But
I don't like that.
anyways,
There we go.
I'm doing good now. So
Oh, that's better.
yeah, you're still a little pink, but at least you're not as pale yellow as I am. So I'm getting tired of this. So thanks
Ooh.
everybody for sticking.
How's that?
Yeah, that's a little better. That's better. Yeah.
I think it's
Mm-hmm.
You
time
don't
for me to head
you
out
don't
as
look-
well. So.
you don't look like you've gone through a half a quart of peanut butter whiskey. You know, or whatever
Yeah.
that stuff is
I've
you've
got,
been
like-
drinking.
I've got 3 empty bottles.
Yeah.
I got this and yeah.
Andrew,
Yeah, it
I
looks
certainly
like I'm
hope
a
next week is
wino
smooth.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope next week is smoother because this is getting old, man. It's just driving. Because for one thing, the sun is just going down, but the shadows are real long. I'm sitting in this office, and as soon as that power went out, I was sitting dead in the dark, like, oh hell, I can't see nothing. So I had to get, reach for my phone. I had enough light to reach for my phone, and I could. But I went outside and couldn't figure out what the problem was. But I noticed my neighbors across the street; they were all standing outside. So I texted my son and sent him a message because he's right next door, and he's on the same power loop that I am, as well as the people across the street.
Right.
And about that time, when he finally answered me back, he says, "Oh, it just came back on." No shit, I can see that. But anyways, but
Okay, well,
yeah. So, anyways, guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut down. And I want to thank Justin. I want to thank you for being here. Dominic, of course, I want to thank you. And Art, I always appreciate you being here. You keep things
Always
going
a lot
when I
of fun.
can't. So,
Even when the power
Alright,
goes
guys.
out.
so Justin, when's your next show?
Usually Saturdays I do mine
Yeah.
at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So is next week we're going to be learning next Monday is going to be learning how to fix a water pipe at Lloyd's, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Because
very
I'll probably have a damn water pipe burst in the kitchen and it'll hit my electrical system and flood my office here. Well, hell, in my office right here in the corner, I got a closet there, and that's where my damn hot water heater. So if that bursts, it'll come right in and hit all my power cords. So yeah, what the hell?
okay then. Well,
Why not? We've covered everything else. So all right,
Okay.
thanks guys for being here. I'm going to shut this off. Guys,
Yeah.
everybody out in the chat, I appreciate it. Sorry it's another Charlie Foxtrot, but what the hell? Anyways, guys, y'all have a good one. See you
I'll
next
see you.
week, maybe.
Good night.